Does. The third Bharat Ratna has been given to the father of India's Green Revolution, M.S. Swaminathan. Earlier, L.K. Advani and Karpuri Thakur names were also announced. Here's a detailed report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday announced the country's highest civilian honour will be conferred on late Prime Ministers Choudhry Charan Singh, PV Narasimha Rao and agro-scientist M.S. Swaminathan. 3 Bharat Ratnas in a single day. The choice of awardees are significant, considering this is an election year. Charan Singh, who participated in the freedom struggle, is hailed as a champion of farmer rights. The farmer leader broke away from the Congress and ended the Grand Old Party's stranglehold on the Hindi heartland in 1967, when he became the CM of Uttar Pradesh. After fighting the emergency in 1975, he joined Morarji Desai's Janata Party government as Deputy PM. He also became the Prime Minister for a few months in 1979. The Bharat Ratna to Charan Singh comes even as his grandson Jayant Singh Choudhry seals a poll alliance with the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. The honour to the Jat leader could also assuage the community's anger towards the BJP in Haryana and Rajasthan.
भाजपा के साथ हाथ मिलाने के लिए तैयार हो आप भाजपा के साथ हाथ मिला रहे हैं
देखिए कोई कसर रहती है आज मैं किस मुंह से इनकार करूं आपके सवाल
PV Narasimha Rao's tenure as Prime Minister marked a turning point in India's history as he opened up the economy in 1991. Rao's policies transformed India's economic landscape and made him a middle-class hero. The demolition of Babri Masjid during his term made him a pariah within the Congress, as party leaders blamed him for Muslim voters drifting away. On his death, Rao was denied a resting place in Delhi by the UPA government, despite his family's wishes. His body was also not allowed inside the party office in the national capital. The Modi government's decision to award Bharat Ratna to Rao is also a political message to the Gandhis.
For former Prime Ministers Choudhry Charan Singh and Bharat Ratna for PV Narasimha Rao, ma'am.
Well, I welcome them. I'm very, very happy. This is a great moment and in family and also for any Telugu or any Indian citizen. This is a great happy moment that central government has announced, Modi garu announced Bharat Ratna to PV garu. This is a great recognition. I am so happy.
Agro-scientist M.S. Swaminathan is hailed as the father of Green Revolution in India. Swaminathan's research and programs made India self-sufficient in food grains after decades of dependence on foreign aid and imports.
So naturally I feel very proud and very happy that my father's work has been recognized by the highest civilian honour in India. Bharat Ratna is the highest honour that you can give.
The honour to Swaminathan is also seen as a reach out to farmers across the country who idolize him. Earlier, the Modi government had announced Bharat Ratna to Mandir movement face L.K. Advani and champion of OBC quota Karpuri Thakur. Bureau Report, India Today.
The honour of Bharat Ratna, political weapon or long overdue? Well, there's more news break coming in on that. Bharat Ratna or the politics around it peaks. The latest coming in, Raj Thackeray as well as the Uddhav Thackeray camp have both asked for Bharat Ratna for Bala Sahib Thackeray. Understandable with what we are witnessing of late, but I just want to quickly cut across to Sahil Joshi as well as Rajdeep Sardesai, our consulting editor and Mumbai bureau chief, who are joining us on this. Rajdeep, interesting in this fashion because is Bala Sahib Thackeray now next to be conferred the Bharat Ratna. If we go back, Nitish Kumar asks for Bharat Ratna. 5 days later, Bharat Ratna is announced. 1 week later, Nitish is with the BJP. Similarly, the same thing happened with the RLD. You had the RLD officially ask for Bharat Ratna for Choudhry Charan Singh, announced, and in the same press conference, a clear indication RLD is joining the BJP fold. Is Uddhav Thackeray next is the question, Rajdeep.
Look, Preeti, nobody knows what tomorrow brings in politics, especially at the moment. The political messaging in these Bharat Ratnas has been very clear, especially the one to Choudhry Charan Singh. I think is very clear with an eye to attract the farmer vote, the Jat vote, especially in Western UP and areas are joining. Will Bala Sahib Thackeray also get one because Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray are demanding? Look, tomorrow the socialists will say, why not one for Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia? I know that the socialists have no political significance and therefore perhaps they will not get one. Will Bala Sahib Thackeray, who is a Hindutva icon of sorts, was the original saffron partner of the BJP, would he get one? He is a contentious, polarizing figure. But then you could argue so have some of the others who got Bharat Ratna this time. So whether he gets it and whether you are now reducing the Bharat Ratna to some kind of a quid pro quo, I give you the Bharat Ratna or I give your mentor the Bharat Ratna and you in return join my political party. And I think that would be reducing the stature of the Bharat Ratna. But given the way Bharat Ratnas are being distributed in the last month, who knows? It could be Bala Sahib Thackeray today, it could be N.T. Rama Rao tomorrow, it could be Dr. Karunanidhi a third day, the DMK, TDP, Shiv Sena, all being attracted by that. Prakash Singh Badal is there in Punjab. There are a number of Indian leaders who could get it. So it would be I think it would be a pity if the Bharat Ratna is reduced to political wheeling and dealing. A number of these individuals are extremely distinguished and some of them certainly, you could argue, deserve a Bharat Ratna. But whether it should be done on the eve of an election in this manner, I think the timing is what raises serious questions over the complete politicization of this highest civilian award.
You know, Rajiv, I'm going to come right back. I just want to bring in Sahil because, if you look at it, there are arguments on both sides because one side says these were icons who were long ignored by the Congress who decided to give itself or the Gandhi Parivar while most of the leaders were still alive, the Bharat Ratna. And then there is this other argument that it's interesting because in a year only 3 Bharat Ratnas are given and government's given 5 and practically covering political ground in those 5, maybe more are up on the anvil. So we're going to come back to that question. But Sahil Joshi, bringing you in, Mumbai Bureau Chief, what are your sources telling you? If there is a rallying cry now for Bharat Ratna for Bala Sahib Thackeray, there's also conspiracy theories which are mounting that possibly Uddhav Thackeray, who's been making certain overtures in the last 1 week, is on his way out from the India alliance.
At this point of time, the political reality doesn't look like that, Uddhav Thackeray will take such kind of a decision soon. And if he takes that, there are a lot of things which the BJP will need to adjust in Maharashtra, specifically with respect to the 40 MLAs who have gone with Eknath Shinde. What will they do with the name Shiv Sena, which election commission has now given to Eknath Shinde. So there will be a lot of political jugglery which will need to be done in Maharashtra. And I really don't know at this point of time that how the people in Maharashtra will take this particular U-turn. Not only by Uddhav Thackeray but also by the BJP, what will happen to Eknath Shinde and of course Ajit Pawar for that matter. But I'm more surprised about the way this demand has been put forward because like Rajdeep mentioned, Ram Manohar Lohia, the original demand by the Shiv Sena as well as Raj Thackeray had been to confer Bharat Ratna to Veer Savarkar. Whereas Vinayak Damodar Savarkar has been completely ignored. I mean, he has not been yet conferred with Bharat Ratna even when this government is completing 10 years and Savarkar has always been a political issue. In fact, but what it looks like, what Rajdeep was mentioning, the demand for a Bharat Ratna to Bala Sahib Thackeray has been made because what we are seeing in last few days that Karpuri Thakur, because he's identified with Bihar, whereas Nitish Kumar's actual political guru should have been Ram Manohar Lohia, but he chose that Karpuri Thakur should be given Bharat Ratna and that's why his name was suggested. Similarly, Jayant Choudhry demanded Bharat Ratna for former Prime Minister Choudhry Charan Singh and then he has been confirmed with Bharat Ratna and then immediately he said that there is a possibility that he may align with the BJP. Looking at that scenario, because Raj Thackeray is already in talks the BJP as well as Eknath Shinde. Whether Uddhav Thackeray will take this plunge, it's something what we will need to think about. Will it be a political gimmick? Because what I'm hearing is that now there are no more names. The government cannot announce more names at this point of time.
The government's already announced more names, Sahil. Usually it's restricted to 3 a year,
correct.
and that's what's the norm been. It's already gone over to 5. So I don't think that it matters anymore. But Rajdeep, I want to get you back into this conversation.
It absolutely
clearly doesn't matter. So maybe they're going to be more on the annual, because I think it's still a while before the model code of conduct is set in.
I will definitely not be surprised. I will definitely not be surprised if Balasaheb Thackeray is confronted with Bharat Ratna, because it's been now demand. And I will really have to see whether Eknath Shinde also makes the same kind of a demand, because the three partners who are from the original Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, Shiv Sena, UBT, Raj Thackeray has already made it. Eknath Shinde camp has not yet made any such kind of a demand. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Right, I'm sure it's going to come in, but also Mayawati spoke of Kashi Ram to be conferred the Bharat Ratna. Rajdeep, I want to bring you back into the conversation. The fact is, Rajdeep, whichever way one might look at it, it is astute political jugglery and management if you look at it at one perspective. But there is this other, facet to it. Because if you go on how the Congress or the UPA use the Bharat Ratna, then there is an argument that, this is a better way of doing it, because the Congress practically gave it to itself, or the Gandhis gave it to itself. And there is a clear line where, the government's trying to alienate the Gandhis by appropriating the achievers from the UPA.
Look, that's a whataboutery argument. What about the fact that the Congress during its time didn't give enough opposition icons the Bharat Ratna? Why did Indira Gandhi have to give it to herself? Why did Jawaharlal Nehru accept the Bharat Ratna while he was Prime Minister? We can go back in time and have these arguments endlessly, Preeti. The truth of the matter is, it's either to be seen as a political masterstroke, or it's to be seen as the complete political cynicism, wherein you almost seem to suggest, okay, Nitish Kumar, you want to come over and join us? Then we'll give Karpuri Thakur a Bharat Ratna. Jayant Choudhry, you want to come and join us? Okay, we'll give Charan Singh a Bharat Ratna. Please do not forget, just a couple of years ago, Ajit Singh's belongings were virtually thrown out of his house because he was accused by this very government of overstaying. And at that moment, nobody thought of that he was Choudhry Charan Singh's son. Suddenly, you're remembering Choudhry Charan Singh's legacy. And do not forget that Choudhry Charan Singh's legacy was based on bringing Jats and Muslims together. Today, Jats and Muslims, like it or not, post-Muzaffarnagar have been divided. So these are all questions that governments must answer. Are you doing it simply for convenience? And do you really believe that the voters will buy into this? I think they might.
But Rajdeep, isn't there a flip side to it? Isn't there a flip side to it? The RLD, Jayant Choudhary, Jat vote, a byproduct of all of this. But if you look at it from the perspective, Choudhry Charan Singh, giving him the Bharat Ratna is also somewhere down the line political messaging to the farmers who are looking at a chakka jam on the 13th of February now. Because Choudhry Charan Singh has been a tall Jat leader, not just a Jat leader, but a farmer leader.
You can't start giving Bharat Ratnas because a chakka jam is going to take place a couple of days later.
No, to appease the farmers of the country, right?
I think the reasoning is that over the last few years, a section of the Jats have been alienated. We want to woo them, and the Jats seem to be more emotional about Choudhry Charan Singh, perhaps than some of the other leaders. I don't think, for example, the Telugu populace is emotional about PV Narasimha Rao, after whom, who perhaps in some ways you could argue deserved the Bharat Ratna much earlier than the Congress. I think that's where the political messaging to the Gandhis is. You ignored your own Prime Minister. Okay, we are going to give him a Bharat Ratna. So I think I can see the political messaging there. I can see the vote bank messaging in a Choudhry Charan Singh. I could see some of it in a Karpuri Thakur. And LK Advani is simply, you're cost correcting a wrong, because for the longest time there was a feeling that Narendra Modi has done injustice to someone who was seen as his political guru. Look, Modi ji is someone who's a very astute politician. He's doing this because as an astute politician, he sees benefit in each of these instances. Will he see benefit in a Bal Thackeray being given Bharat Ratna if Uddhav Thackeray is to be brought on board? Maybe so. But what does it do to the Bharat Ratna? You're giving Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, great. Why didn't you give one, I could argue, to Dr. Varghese Kurian, who's from Gujarat, the milk revolution? Why? Because he took on your government there at times and wanted the independence of the cooperative movement. It's all become selective. So we can go
Okay.
back in the past and say, why didn't the Congress do this and why didn't the Congress do that? I asked the question to Congress.
But MS Swaminathan is also a message to the farmers,
Why did it
Rajdeep.
take you 40 years to give it to Sardar Patel? You see, you gave
Okay.
it to Jawaharlal Nehru in 55, 56. You should have given it to Sardar first, who was, you could have given it posthumously. So there are lots of mistakes of the past. They do not justify what I see is the cynicism that now accompanies even giving the highest civilian award in the
But,
country.
Rajdeep, you're right. They might not justify, but they're definitely fueling it. But having said that, I appreciate you joining us. Rajdeep Sardesai getting us the latest, as well as Sahil Joshi, our Mumbai Bureau Chief. I want to quickly now cut across. Joining me right now is Rakesh Tiket from the Bharatiya Kisan Union. Mind you, the Bharatiya Kisan Union on the 13th, along with farmers coming in from Punjab and Haryana, are looking at a chakka jam where they say that the Prime Minister or the government still haven't delivered on the MSP or implemented the Swaminathan Commission. The irony in all of this is, viewers, that today MS Swaminathan has been honoured alongside Choudhry Charan Singh, who has been honoured, and these are the two that the farmers quote on a daily basis to the government. Is it just tokenism? Is this how the farmer community sees it, or is there more to that? Rakesh Tiket joining us right now from the BKU. राकेश जी, भारत रत्न चौधरी चरण सिंह जी के लिए, MS स्वामीनाथन जी के लिए, हर बार जो किसान हैं इन दोनों के नाम लेते हैं, पर दोनों को सबसे हाईएस्ट सिविलियन अवार्ड दिया गया है. खुश हैं इस पे?
हाँ नहीं, ठीक है. उसके सम्मान के लायक थे चौधरी चरण सिंह जी, तो ठीक है. और डिमांड भी थी जनता की कि किसान को भी मिलना चाहिए भारत रत्न, और चौधरी चरण सिंह जी को चुना तो ठीक है. डॉक्टर स्वामीनाथन जी को भी दिया है, तो धन्यवाद है. क्योंकि मैं भी एक कमेटी बनी थी, एक रिपोर्ट भारत सरकार को दी, और डबल खुशी हो जाती है अगर उनकी नीतियों को लागू कर दो. स्वामीनाथन कमेटी की रिपोर्ट को भी लागू कर दो तो एक और ज्यादा खुशी हो जाएगी. C2+50 वाला फार्मूला होगा तो धन्यवाद सरकार को डबल दे देंगे.
पर टिकैत साहब, अब तो जो चक्का जाम की तैयारी हो रही है, वापस दिल्ली बॉर्डर पे क्लैरियन कॉल आ गया है आप लोगों से कि चलो दिल्ली. अब इस सब में क्या जो किसान जो आज ये खबर सुनेगा कि दोनों चौधरी चरण सिंह जो किसानों के सबसे बड़े नेता हैं, और दूसरा MS स्वामीनाथन जिसकी रिपोर्ट आपने अभी मुझे कोट की, दोनों को ये अवार्ड मिला है, इसको क्या देखेंगे? टोकनिज्म देखेंगे कि चलिए आपने एक छोटे उस बिना पर अवार्ड तो दे दिया, पर जो उन्होंने बातें की उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया. किसान कैसे देखेगा इसे?
हम ये है कि हम खुश हैं, लोग खुश हैं, लेकिन MSP गारंटी कानून मिल जाएगा तो उसका लाभ ज्यादा हो जाएगा. क्योंकि जिस किसान की बिहार में धान कम बिक रहा है, मक्का कम बिक रही है, MSP से नीचे बिक रही है, तो किसान तो वो भी है ना.
अब चाहेंगे क्या? अब क्या किसान की जो डिमांड होगी, क्या वो ये होगी कि देखिए भारत रत्न तो आपने दे दिया, बहुत बढ़िया, अब जो रिपोर्ट है, स्वामीनाथन रिपोर्ट है, उसको भी आप लागू कर दीजिए, क्योंकि वही कह रहे हैं आप.
अरे फैसला हम तो कह रहे हैं कि बेक्यों मिले 13 महीने दिल्ली का किसान बटखरा दिल्ली के चारों तरफ, पर ले लो फैसला. ऐसा कब लोगे भाई? MSP गारंटी कानून बना दो, जो घोषणा कर रहे उसको पूरा कर दो, जो अपना घोषणा पत्र लेकर आ रहे हैं कम से कम उसी पे काम कर दो, तो हम तो धन्यवाद दे देंगे. हम काम नहीं कर रहे.
चलिए राकेश टिकिया जी, बहुत शुक्रिया आप हमसे जुड़े. With that, I'm going to go into a quick break and we're going to carry forward the conversation onto the other side, onto the point, viewers, because giving it to, and let's just narrow it down, when it comes down to Choudhry Charan Singh as well as MS Swaminathan, it's huge messaging where the farmer community in this country is concerned. The disgruntled band of farmers or the pockets, somewhere down the line, there's messaging to them that, listen, the earlier governments completely ignored your leaders, or your leader, which is Choudhry Charan Singh, and of course MS Swaminathan, who's done so much, agriculturist for the farming community. We have honored them. Will the farmer community see it as tokenism, or they look at it as finally long overdue honor bestowed on these two leaders? But there's been a political fallout or a byproduct of all of this, and possibly many suggest by design. It's paved the way for RLD and Jan Singh Choudhary to come back into the BJP fold, walking out of India, walking into NDA. That's coming up next. Stay with us. also now give the seat share. We've given you the vote share. Let's move on now to the seat share in the state of Uttarakhand on 5 seats. Well, as per the Mood of the Nation survey, viewers, history is going to repeat itself. 2019 will be mirrored in 2024 as per the Mood of the Nation survey. It's going to be a sweep of 5 seats where the NDA is concerned. The India is going to come down to a knot. The BJP is going to take all 5 seats in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So, Tripathi ji, kam se kam जो उत्तराखंड है उसमें तो आप 100% स्ट्राइक रेट है, 5 की 5 जा रही हैं जैसी 2019 में गई थी।
नहीं, मैं अभी जो वोटिंग परसेंटेज जो आपके सर्वे में आया है ना, मुझे लगता है इसमें भी अभी इंक्रीज करेंगे। वोटिंग परसेंटेज अभी ये यूसीसी के पहले का है, अभी यूसीसी लागू हुआ है। जितने मुद्दे भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने छुए हैं, जो हमारे कमिटमेंट के इशू थे, उनको हमने पूरा करने का काम किया है, इसलिए जनता भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ है। जब उत्तराखंड का परिणाम आएगा तो ये परिणाम आपको बहुत अफर्मेटिव सकारात्मक तौर पर दिखाई पड़ेगा। जहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी अब सीटें चूंकि उत्तराखंड में 5 ही है, अगर 5 की जगह 50 होती तो 50 के 50 भी भाजपा के पाले में आती।
चलिए, 5 on 5 for the BJP suppression aid. Somewhere down the line, do you think that the Congress fell short? The Vidhan Sabha elections, the state elections, were an election for you to win at that point of time, and from there to come down to exactly what 2019 mirrored.
आप उत्तराखंड की बात कर रही हैं, and I think it's only fair that we speak about Uttarakhand in a little bit of a more detail. आप 5 की 5 करिए, 5 में से हो सकता है 10 भी जीत जाए। अंकिता भंडारी का बस नाम याद कर लीजिए। अंकिता भंडारी वो लड़की थी जिसको जिस्म फरोशी में जबरदस्ती ढकेला गया, जिसकी हत्या की गई और उस होटल को ध्वस्त कर दिया गया। करने वाला कौन था? भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता का लड़का। क्या हुआ उसके खिलाफ, ये मैं जानना चाहती हूँ। अंकिता भंडारी पर आप बोलेंगे नहीं, महिला अपराध पर आप बोलेंगे नहीं, बेरोजगारी पर आप बोलेंगे नहीं, पकौड़े तलने की हिदायत देंगे, तेल कर देंगे।
When did the Congress go to Uttarakhand to capitalize on all of this? Where have you been?
What are the law enforcement agencies doing? मैं तो आपसे सिर्फ एक सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ।
What is the opposition doing?
बुलडोजर चला है के खिलाफ? क्यों नहीं बुलडोजर चला
suppression aid? Why is it that the voter of Uttarakhand is compelled to vote for the BJP?
100% एक चीज पर स्ट्राइक रेट है और वो है जुमलों पर। जुमलों पर अगर ये चुनाव लड़ेंगे तो 100%
Do you believe this? Do you believe it's a 5 on 5?
Because even the UCC, you are a woman and I am a woman. Let me ask you this question.
जनता जनार्दन के निर्णय पर आपत्ति है इनको। ये जनता के निर्णय पर आपत्ति व्यक्त करती है।
We are looking at the data. We are looking at the data. We are looking at the data. All right, okay.
की गवाही।
कभी फैशन परेड का भी हमने दृश्य देखा, काले कपड़ों में सदन को फैशन शो का भी लाभ मिला। तो ऐसी विविधताओं के अनुभव के बीच हमारा कार्यकाल बीता और मैं तो अब खड़गे जी आ गए हैं तो मेरा एक धर्म तो निभाना ही पड़ता है मुझे। कभी कभी कुछ काम इतने अच्छे होते हैं जो बहुत लंबे समय तक उपयोगी होते हैं। हमारे यहाँ कोई बच्चा कुछ अच्छी चीज कर लेता है, कोई बच्चा अच्छे कपड़े वपड़े पहन करके अवसर के लिए तैयार होता है, तो परिवार में एक आध स्वजन आ जाता, अरे किसी की नजर लग जाएगी, इसको काला टीका कर दो, तो ऐसे काला टीका कर देते हैं। आज देश पिछले 10 साल में समृद्धि के नए नए शिखर सर कर रहा है। एक भव्य दिव्य वातावरण बना है, उसको नजर न लग जाए, इसलिए काला टीका करने का एक प्रयास हुआ है। मैं उसके लिए भी खड़गे जी का बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं, ताकि इस हमारी प्रगति की यात्रा को कोई नजर न लग जाए। ये नजर न लग जाए इसलिए आपने आज जो काला टीका किया है, मैं तो सोच रहा था सब काले कपड़ों में आएंगे, लेकिन शायद काला जोदू खिंचते 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 ब्लैक पेपर तक चला गया है। लेकिन फिर भी मैं उसका भी स्वागत करता हूं, क्योंकि जब भी अच्छी बात होती है काला टीका नजर न लग जाए, इसलिए बहुत जरूरी होता है। और उस पवित्र काम को, और आज जिस उम्र के हैं उस व्यक्ति जब ये काम करता है तो जरा अच्छा रहता है। तो मैं इसके लिए भी आपका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।